Welcome back to Summary Central. Today's book is Atomic Habits by James Clear, and this is the standalone 15-minute version. You do not need to have watched the 30-minute one for this to make sense. This is designed to work on its own. Atomic Habits is not about motivation. It is not about discipline. It is not about becoming a radically different person overnight. It is about understanding why your life keeps repeating itself, and how tiny behaviors, repeated consistently, quietly lock you into results you did not consciously choose. James Clear's central claim is simple and uncomfortable. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. If you do not like where you are, it is not because you lack ambition. It is because the behaviors you repeat every day are perfectly designed to keep you there. Part 1. Why goals feel productive, but systems actually change things. Most people start change the same way. They set a goal, lose weight, write a book, build wealth, get disciplined. Goals feel good. They give direction. They create hope. They make it feel like something is happening. But here's the problem James Clear points out early. Winners and losers often share the same goals. Every athlete wants to win. Every writer wants to publish. Every entrepreneur wants success. The difference is never desire. The difference is the system underneath. A goal is a moment in the future. A system is what you do every day regardless of motivation. If you only focus on goals, you live in cycles. You get inspired, you push hard, you burn out, you start over. Systems remove emotion from progress. You do not need to feel motivated to follow a system. You just need to show up and run it. If your current system produces distraction, inconsistency, and frustration, that is not a moral failure. It is simply the output of the system you are running. Fix the system, and the outcome follows. Part 2. Why small habits matter more than massive effort. The word atomic matters. Atomic habits are small, almost embarrassingly small. They are the kind of actions that feel too insignificant to matter. 1 page read, 1 sentence written, 1 workout started. Most people ignore these because they want dramatic change. But atomic also means powerful. Atoms build everything. James Clear explains that habits compound the same way interest does. Small improvements repeated daily create results that look disproportionate to the effort that caused them. This is why progress feels invisible at first. You work, you show up, nothing seems to change. James Clear calls this the plateau of latent potential. Imagine an ice cube sitting on a table. The temperature rises slowly from cold to just below melting. Nothing happens. Then 1 small change pushes it past the threshold and it melts. The work mattered the entire time. You just could not see it yet. Most people quit at the worst possible moment, right before the payoff. If this sounds familiar, it is not because you are impatient. It is because compounding is boring until it suddenly is not. Part 3. Identity is the real thing your habits are shaping. This is the most important idea in Atomic Habits. Habits are not about what you want to achieve. They are about who you believe you are. Most people try to change outcomes. I want to lose weight. I want to write a book. I want to be disciplined. Atomic Habits flips the question. Who would I need to become for this behavior to be normal? Every habit you perform is a vote for your identity. Reading 1 page is a vote for being a reader. Writing 1 paragraph is a vote for being a writer. Showing up to train is a vote for being someone who takes care of their body. You do not need perfection. You need enough votes to change the story you tell yourself. This is why tiny habits work when big overhauls fail. They are easy to repeat, and repetition is what shapes identity. Part 4. The habit loop that controls behavior. Every habit follows the same 4-step loop. Cue. Craving. Response. Reward. You do not crave habits. You crave the outcome the habit promises. You do not crave scrolling. You crave distraction or relief. You do not crave exercise. You crave energy or confidence. Understanding this matters because habits do not disappear, they are replaced. If you want to change behavior, you have to redesign the loop, not fight it. Part 5. The 4 laws of behavior change, how habits are actually built. Once you understand the habit loop, atomic habits becomes practical. If habits follow a predictable pattern, then changing them should follow predictable rules. James Clear distills habit formation into 4 laws of behavior change. Every habit that sticks follows them. Every habit that fails breaks at least one. Make it obvious. Make it attractive. Make it easy. Make it satisfying. These are not motivational slogans. They are levers. Law 1. Make it obvious. Most people think habits fail because of laziness. They usually fail because you forget. Your environment constantly cues behavior. Your phone lights up. Your notifications buzz. Your couch quietly invites you to sit down and scroll. Meanwhile, good habits are hidden. Your book is on a shelf. Your gym shoes are buried in a closet. Your journal is somewhere you cannot see. James Clear calls this environmental design. Instead of trying to change yourself, change what surrounds you. If you want to read more, put the book on your pillow. If you want to practice guitar, leave it in the middle of the room. If you want to eat healthier, put fruit on the counter and hide the junk food. Visibility beats willpower. Another powerful strategy here is habit stacking. You attach a new habit to an existing one. After I pour my morning coffee, I will read 1 page. After I brush my teeth, I will write 1 sentence. After I sit down at my desk, I will open my notes. The brain loves patterns. Habit stacking turns intention into autopilot. The text is already entirely in English. Law 2. Make it attractive. Humans are emotional creatures pretending to be rational. If a habit feels boring, painful, or miserable, it will not last long term. No amount of logic can override that forever. The brain repeats what feels rewarding. James Clear introduces temptation bundling. You pair something you want to do with something you should do. Only watch your favorite show while exercising. Only listen to your favorite podcast while cleaning. Only drink your favorite coffee while writing. This works because your brain starts associating the habit with pleasure instead of resistance. Your social environment matters too. We imitate the habits of 3 groups: the close, the many, the powerful. If the people around you value focus and growth, those behaviors feel normal. If distraction and busyness are normalized, shallow habits spread just as fast. Law 3. Make it easy. This is where most people sabotage themselves. They aim too big. They demand intensity. They wait for the perfect time. Atomic Habits flips this thinking. The most important habit is showing up. Not going hard. Not pushing limits. Showing up. James Clear introduces the idea of friction. Increase friction for bad habits. Decrease friction for good ones. Log out of distracting apps. Delete shortcuts. Put junk food out of reach. At the same time, reduce friction for habits you want. Sleep in workout clothes. Prepare your workspace the night before. Keep tools ready. This leads to one of the most powerful ideas in the book. The 2-minute rule. Any habit can be scaled down to 2 minutes. Reading becomes 1 page. Writing becomes 1 sentence. Exercise becomes putting on shoes. This is not about results. It is about identity reinforcement. Once you show up, momentum often follows. But even when it does not, you still win. Law 4. Make it satisfying. The brain repeats behaviors that feel rewarding immediately. The problem is that good habits usually pay off later, while bad habits pay off now. Scrolling feels good now. Saving money feels boring now. Exercise hurts now. To fix this, you need immediate satisfaction. Track your habits. Check boxes. Mark streaks. Progress needs to be seen to be felt. James Clear also introduces a rule that saves more habits than motivation ever will. Never miss twice. Missing once is life. Missing twice is the beginning of a new habit. Part 6. How to break bad habits without relying on willpower. Breaking habits is not about becoming stronger. It is about becoming smarter. Every bad habit follows the same 4 laws. So to break one, you invert them. Make it invisible. Make it unattractive. Make it difficult. Make it unsatisfying. Remove cues. Add friction. Expose consequences. People with strong self-control are not resisting temptation. They are rarely exposed to it. Part 7. Why environment beats discipline every time. Discipline works in short bursts. Environment works forever. If your phone is within reach, you will check it. If snacks are visible, you will eat them. If distractions are one click away, focus will break. This is not weakness. This is human behavior. Atomic Habits argues that self-control is largely a function of environment. Design your surroundings so the right choice is the easy choice. Part 8. Consistency when life gets chaotic. Most habits do not fail on normal days. They fail when life interrupts. Travel, deadlines, stress, low energy weeks. This is where motivation-based plans collapse. Atomic Habits plans for disruption instead of pretending it will not happen. James Clear emphasizes minimum viable habits. On bad days, the goal is not progress. The goal is identity preservation. 1 sentence written, 1 minute of movement, 1 page read. These tiny actions keep the habit alive psychologically. You are not starting over. You are continuing at a lower volume. This is how habits survive real life. And again, the rule that quietly saves everything: never miss twice. 1 miss is noise. 2 misses create momentum in the wrong direction. Part 9. Tracking, feedback, and recovery. Tracking works because it creates awareness. Checking a box, marking a calendar, recording completion. These signals tell your brain that the behavior matters. But tracking must serve the habit, not replace it. When streaks become sacred, people quit after 1 miss. When tracking becomes punitive, motivation decays. The correct mindset is trajectory, not perfection. Are you returning quickly? Are you trending in the right direction? That is enough. Part 10. Boredom is the final boss of habit change. Most people think habits fail because they are difficult. They fail because they become boring. Once the novelty wears off, people start searching for excitement again. This is where professionals separate from amateurs. Professionals show up when the work feels routine. Amateurs wait to feel inspired. Boredom is not a signal to stop. It is proof the habit is no longer relying on novelty. To survive boredom, vary how you do the habit without breaking that you do it. Same habit, different environment, different intensity, different angle. Consistency stays intact while engagement refreshes. Part 11. Long-term identity lock-in. Eventually, habits stop feeling like effort. They become part of who you are. You do not negotiate brushing your teeth. You do not debate wearing a seatbelt. Certain behaviors simply feel normal. That is the end goal of Atomic Habits. Not motivation, not discipline. Identity alignment. When habits align with identity, consistency becomes automatic. Final takeaway. Atomic Habits is not about dramatic change. It is about designing systems that quietly shape behavior over time. You do not change your life in a moment of inspiration. You change it by repeating small actions long enough for them to compound. Design your environment, lower friction, reinforce identity, return quickly when you fall off. Small habits decide big outcomes. If this summary helped, subscribe to Summary Central. The 5-minute version of Atomic Habits is coming next. built for quick reinforcement on busy days. Before you go, comment one habit so small you cannot talk yourself out of it today.